Well, so we meet again. Yeah, so I decided, I was going to do a gear bag, do my 2025 gear bag. I kind of was talking with one of my friends, and he was like, bro, how come you're never on the other side of the camera? And I was like, well, what should I do? He was like, do a gear bag review. So here I am doing a gear bag review. I'm not gonna lie, I've always wanted to do one of these. I watch them all the time on YouTube. I'm just super curious as to what do people rock on a weekly basis. So this is what I've got. And as you can see, I've got this absolute behemoth of a gear bag. Needless to say, it was a bad financial decision. Not really, though. I justified it. If I'm going out to big events, I'm going out to WCPPL in less than a month, and so I'll be bringing this entire bad boy along. The beauty of this gear bag, I mean, it's vintage, it's a super old JT bag, but on top of that, it can store my regular gear bag, and then I can put in clothes and a bunch of other stuff in there, and it fits everything for the weekend whenever I'm going to be gone. So that's why I picked it up. I justified it. It's freaking massive. Everybody on my team is like, why did you buy that thing? And honestly, it's because I love it. But yeah, let's get into it. I do keep my my cleats in here, so the first order of business that I keep in my gear bag are my cleats. I played a lot of soccer when I was in college, and so I'm a soccer cleat kind of guy. It is really funny though. I have the widest feet in the world, so I have to find some Hobbit soccer cleats. And these are the ones I'm rocking right now. These ones are freaking sweet. They're the laceless New Balance ones. My wife got them for me for my birthday, so thanks, honey. But yeah, these guys are super sweet. I always recommend wearing cleats. They just keep you grounded on the turf and stuff. But I think that's pretty much everything I have just on the outside pocket of this bad boy. I don't actually bring this thing to the field very often, only if I'm traveling. I got a bunch of headbands, old school Planet Eclipse headband. Shout out to BEM wears or wraps for this Hellfire band. Honestly, I don't really wear these bad boys a lot. These are kind of I've had these for ever, and I just keep them in my bag just in case some random kid needs a headband. So let's get into it. As you can see, thing opens up, and then we've got my actual gear bag, but we'll get into that in just a bit. So what I rock for my pod pack is what I've been rocking for this season is JT pod pack. I got the Sandana edition. Thing's pretty sweet. I freaking love this thing. Keeps really tight to my body. On top of that, yeah, it just doesn't move around. I had a pod pack for years, and I wore that thing to the freaking dirt. So I thought I'd treat myself with a pretty nice pod pack. I love this thing. If you're looking for a pod pack, these JT pod packs are actually pretty nice. I'm a strap kind of guy. Do not like the strapless pod packs. Those things, I feel like every time I wear one of my pods busts open, and that's pretty much that. At least with the straps on it, that never happens to me. So I swear by the straps. Good stuff. On top of that, what I rock for my arm pads, rock the Pro DNA arm pads. I love these things. These things are super sweet. Only thing I don't really like them is you probably should size up, maybe one or two. I think I got the extra large, and they're still kind of tight on my arms, but honestly, I just bear through it, and they work great for me. I've kind of stretched them out a bunch so that they finally kind of fit pretty good to my arms. But the Pro DNA arm pads, they got this weird kind of gel texture. Love these things. Yeah. So I'll give you a little taste of kind of what I'm rocking when I'm not just doing speedball. But I've got me a 1745 Hero tank, first strike tank. Thing's super sweet, and if you're looking for a good tank, a small tank for pump. I play a lot of pump paintball, and this thing is freaking awesome. This is the best tank I've ever owned in regards to pump. It's the 15 I thought was a little too small for me. I rock a 77 4500 on my regular speedball loadout, so this was perfect for the length for me for when I'm playing pump. So awesome tank. And dude, at the time I think I got this for $60, and then I bought a reg, so it was $80 for this whole thing, brand new. So good tank. And then I've just got a typical small little hopper with a universal speed feed on it for my pump. We'll get into my pump. So this is what I'm rocking for. I just got this on my birthday. It's the Nova Sentinel pump. This thing is freaking sweet. I've been looking at it online for a while, and I was questioning whether or not I should get it because, you never know what the pump stroke and stuff is gonna be like. I've had a couple CCM pumps, and nothing compares to the pump stroke on those. And so I didn't want to buy something that was like maybe $400 to $500, and it just didn't perform the way I wanted it to. I was really hesitant about this. Luckily, my wife bought it for me for my birthday, and dude, I'm stoked about it. The thing I was really hesitant about was the pump stroke. The pump stroke on this thing is very similar to when I had my S6.5. Very smooth. Yeah, like, I mean, look at that. It's just like, if you're looking for like a really good pump for like $400 to $500, I completely recommend this. I mean, for what you get for this price point in a brand new is incredible. The color and the anodization on this thing is freaking impeccable. Shoots super nice. I freaking love this thing, dude. Probably one of my favorite pumps that I've ever owned, and that's saying a lot considering like my S6.5 was freaking awesome. That was probably the best pump I've ever owned, but this is definitely a close second. Love this thing. So Nova PB, nice job. I've got my mech frame for my little spoiler alert. Got for my Lux little mech frame. I haven't really used it much, so maybe one of these days for one of the local tournaments, I'll get out and use it. If I don't end up using my mech kits, this is my project gun. I freaking love this thing. This is one of my favorite guns I've ever owned because it's my project gun. It's my mech Ion. Built this thing from the ground up. I bought just a kind of souped up mech or a souped up Ion, and then talked to a couple guys on the Smart Parts Facebook page. They hooked me up with a mech kit, installed that sucker. Another one of my friends hit me up with the 3D printed eye covers. So that were the detent covers, and yeah, I got this thing freaking shooting. This thing it's super janky. It leaks all the time. I'm always tinkering with stuff with it, but nothing shoots like it, man. It reminds me of when I was first starting to get into paintball. To be able to like tinker with this was super fun and super cool to build. So if you're ever looking for a really fun project done, buy an Ion. Talk with a bunch of the guys on the Smart Parts Facebook page, and they will hook you up with everything you need to know about this here gun. This thing is freaking sweet. I think that's everything in my main gear bag, and then I literally just slot my other gear bag into my big gear bag. All right, so this is my weekend driver, everything that I bring to the field every single weekend. This is what's in here. Let's just get into it. So in this front pocket, I always keep my headbands. I drop two like main headbands. These are like my daily drivers. I've got just my Hormesis like Zebra, freaking best headband in the game, dude. I was a skeptic for a really long time until I bought one, and I've never looked back. Like 2 or 3 years ago, this thing, dude, I just throw it in the wash. I mean, it's got stains up the wazoo, but I freaking love this thing. A new brand I just got onto was Hype headbands. These guys are freaking dope. Yeah, dude, they're just freaking awesome. Good quality stuff. I also just like the custom bands that they make. This is the Gyarados version. Super cool. Really nice headbands. I rock this one all the time, so shout out to Hype PB. You guys are freaking awesome. On top of that, in this other pocket here, I just keep a bunch of just tubes for pump. In this pocket here, I keep all of my Allen keys. Gotta make sure you have all your Allen keys and stuff. I also keep my tape. Got some Pro DNA and some Violence tape. Some of the best tape in the game right here, boys. And then in this pocket, I've just got a bunch of freaking batteries. Probably got to restock it here soon. And then in this pocket over here, I've got just a bunch of squeegees, barrel condoms. Yeah, just, you can never have too many squeegees and you can never have too many barrel condoms. I feel like you either lose one or you just always need another one. So, but let's get into the meat of it. This is kind of the stuff that I'm rocking every single weekend with my team, the Arizona Outlaws. So what I'm rocking for my main tank is I'm rocking the infamous skeleton air tank. Thing's super great, dude. So I was rocking the Ninja 77 for a long time. I'm actually rocking the 8045 on this one. I really just like the way that it, like the distance on my gun feels super awesome. And then on top of that, I play center, so I'm shooting a lot of paint. Luckily with our new guns, they're not super heavy, so I don't feel like my setup is like ridiculously heavy. I had my LV2, and honestly, that thing was that whole setup was just beefy as heck, and I love that, but I like the way that my setup is right now. Next, we got the Freak Kit, one of the best kits in the game. With how inconsistent paint is nowadays, you need one of these kits, dude. It's always good to just barrel match your paint once you start the day. I'm a big overbore kind of guy. I like to just overbore it when it comes to tournaments, but I'm playing pump and mech a lot, and it's usually a pretty good thing to be able to bore match your paint. So for my hoppers, I'm using a Spire IR2. This is my main driver. I actually like this a lot better than I have a Spire 3 as well. Spire 3 is great. There's one difference about the Spire 3 and the IR2 that is kind of the deciding factor for me. So with the IR2, you're able to take the entire lid off. If I ever get shot inside of the hopper, it's super easy to just take this off and just clean the whole thing. The problem with this Spire 3 that I found, it's a great, like, I use it as my backup hopper, but when you open it, it doesn't come off all the way. So I don't really like that aspect. I like being able to just kind of get all the nooks and crannies, and I feel like sometimes it gets in there and I have to clean the whole thing out, and it's just really awkward. So I rock the Spire IR2 more often than my Spire 3, which is kind of funny. But of course, the big behemoth, the best for last, my Lux. Freaking love my Lux. I was a skeptic for a long time when it came to the brand of Lux, and I'm sold now, dude. I freaking love this thing. I swear by it. After the past few months of just playing with it, it's been an amazing marker, and I love this thing. Anytime that we've had any problems or issues or any questions about our markers and stuff, Lux has been super generous and willing to help us out in every single way to kind of answer any questions that we have. So super great support team, and these things are freaking sweet. We got our logo and stuff on it. Awesome gun though, highly recommended if you're looking for a new one. And they're super freaking light. I mean, when you think of like the Lamborghinis of the paintball world, this is what I'm thinking of. So, but I did save the best for last. I think a big factor in regards to paintball is expressing yourself, and one of the best ways to express yourself on the field is your mask. I'm a big OG kind of guy when it comes to masks, especially the Pro Flex. So my main driver is I'm rocking the Pro Flex. I've got just an all blackout build, got the Violence strap, some super dead plugs. Super awesome mask. I freaking love this thing. And then that's kind of what I'm rocking most weekends. And then on top of that, I got my kind of white out build here. This thing is freaking awesome. I got a little Gyarados pin to match my headband, and yeah, Pro Flexes are awesome. Our whole team has slowly transitioned to Pro Flexes because the communication that you can get through the venting, the breathability with them are awesome, and honestly, the comfortability of them are just unmatched. These masks are freaking awesome, and I swear by them. Just a quick little shout out to my eyeglass wearers. I've got this, so it's just a glasses insert. It's not the Uzis, they're not overpriced. I actually have a little hack for you guys if you wear glasses. I get asked about this thing all the time. If you go onto Amazon, you can buy these frames for about 10 to 15 bucks for like a 4-pack. And then if you go onto Zenny Optical and you buy just the cheapest frames or cheapest glasses that you can that match the same dimensions as this frame here, you can just get those glasses for like 10 bucks plus shipping, have them shipped to your house, pop out the lens, and then just put them in here, and you've got Uzis for like 20 bucks. They slot in, they don't jump out or anything. Best hack that I found. I wear glasses and I swear by it. So, but that's my setup for 2025. That's my gear bag. That's what I'll be traveling with to WCPPL. So yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' comments on just any of my gear. If there's any questions that you have on it. And I know somebody's gonna say it. They're gonna be like, how do you even afford all of this? What are you, like rich or something? No, I work as a youth pastor, and if you know, youth pastors don't make a lot. I also work as a substance abuse counselor, don't make a whole bunch there, but I buy, sell, and trade stuff all the time. So I barter all the way. I had like an axe, just like the original axe, and I was able to get like a high-end marker. I mean, I've got the Lux Idol now. And basically what I did is I would scurry the market often. I would be on there looking for good deals, on stuff, I would buy it for cheap and then resell it. And that's kind of how I made money to be able to afford this hobby. So if you're somebody and you're like, how do I even afford it? I can tell you that there's a possibility for you, even if you don't make all the money in the world, because if you're willing to know the market a little bit, invest a little bit of time, you can upgrade your stuff often for very cheap. So I can make a whole separate video on that. If you're interested in that, I'd love to be able to give the ins and outs of how to utilize the used market in regards to paintball stuff. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Once again, leave a comment down below. Feel free to subscribe. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thanks.